some of the winners of the Cover Climate Now Awards are finding solutions and giving us better ways to do things. And one of those is winner Erika Smith and her colleague, who did a series for the Los Angeles Times on rebuilding after wildfires. They won in the category for special recognition in writing. And we're so happy you're joining us today to talk about your series, Rebuild, Reburn. It explores what the future holds for small communities that have been leveled by wildfires. How far-fetched is the idea that with our changing climate, we'll ultimately decimate some of these towns to the point where they can't rebuild?
It's more realistic than I think a lot of people want to realize. I mean, that's one of the things we learned spending some time in the town of Greenville, which is about 100 miles north of Lake Tahoe. I mean, this is a town that is really remote, had seen some wildfires around it. Everybody in the town kind of expected the town to burn eventually. It happened, I think, a lot sooner than a lot of people believed, but it's an area that has had numerous wildfires over the last 5 years, all of which are becoming bigger and hotter and more destructive.
You called California's current system dangerous and unsustainable. Where do you think the state is going wrong, and actually what would it take to fix it?
I mean, part of the problem is it's a historical problem, right? We've built communities, we've built businesses, we've built infrastructure in places that are no longer tenable for the current climate and going forward, if you want to believe climate scientists. So it's unsustainable because we have stuff in places that's going to burn, it's going to flood, it's going to be covered in snow, mudslides, other things. So I think that, moving forward, we have to look at where we rebuild these things that are destroyed, whether it's by wildfire or by flood. And so it's unsustainable. We have to move forward in a more sustainable way by thinking about how we use land use and how we live, basically.
Your series also highlights a really interesting division in California between people living in rural areas and also those city dwellers as well. Do you see a path forward that gets everyone on the same page?
I mean, we have to, right? I mean, people in cities in California really subsidize the economies of some of these rural places, and people in cities, love to go to these rural places. And so we have to find a way to work together. I think that land use and thinking about it from a state-wide perspective, not just a county by county or city by city perspective, we have to do that. That's going to have to come from the governor's office. It's going to have to come from the state level. But we have to come together as one state to think about how we're going to live going forward in this climate future.
You also had mentioned in one of your pieces that Californians, I should say, are in trouble, but we really need to rethink what all this help looks like, because there's all different kinds: money, rebuilding, not moving out. What solutions do you think would be most impactful, given the work you've done covering the state's wildfires?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things we got at was that every time there's a wildfire, every time there's a disaster, we come in, we say we're going to rebuild. We say that we are, whatever hashtag strong of whatever town that is. I think we need to go beyond the emotional component of it and to really look at the logistics of what that actually looks like. Maybe help for somebody isn't rebuilding in the same spot. Maybe help is giving that same money that you would have spent towards infrastructure or other things and helping them move to another county or a safer area. Maybe it's building resilience nodes in places that are safer. Maybe it's, it's managed retreat is something we've heard a lot about.
But does this make it more complicated, because everyone might need a little something different, right?
It's definitely more complicated. I mean, there's no way that this becomes more simple, but I think that the sooner we start to think about these things in a holistic way, the easier it is, because it's going to happen one way or the other.
Is there anything that would help people that are rebuilding in dangerous areas in California, whether it be laws or development regulations like they do after hurricanes? You have to build stronger, maybe some incentive to move elsewhere?
Yeah, I mean, right now there's a lot of talk, particularly with people having a hard time getting insurance, about what building safer looks like, particularly in wildfire zones. And so there are new regulations that really push a lot of more wildfire resistant housing, other things like that. But there are, I think we really need to think about, do we really want everybody rebuilding in an area that we know is going to burn again, particularly given the hundreds of millions, and in some cases billions of dollars it takes to do that?
Erika Smith, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate that.
On a much-deserved award.
Appreciate it.
And thank you for all that you're doing to bring us these stories as well. Can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Thank you.
We're going to learn a lot more from you. I know that.